Alrighty. Seems like everything is in order. Yes, I think I set everything up. Alrighty. Hello, and welcome. I'm Max, aka Sneezer. Um, I had like some real life work in the morning. The university starts again, and I had to work a little bit, but now I'm home and have some spare time, and I was playing the game anyway. I do think though, I will, even though if I could, and potentially still stream a lot more. I may not stream as much as previously, partly also because I'm not like enjoying the game as much at the moment. It's just like not sparking as much joy. So, well, I want to continue streaming a little bit here and there, and I mean, I'm still playing the game a little bit on the side. I Yeah, I don't know. It's more like a grind at the moment. Staying there, learning a little bit. There's still room for improvement, but I don't know. The general tendency at the moment is not sparking too much joy. Anyway, don't want to talk too much destructive stuff about how I feel about. That's just like a small intro, and I think we're handling it to that. Yeah. Anyway, welcome everyone. I already had a game running. I've been playing a little bit, and then decided rather spontaneously to rather spontaneously to start the stream. Um, I have like a random water cooler on the board that was like on day 2 gifted to me from a scrap metal, and haven't found anything to replace it. It's not, I don't know, it's not pretty good, but I got away with it. We lost quite a bit to like rigged opponents, the usual, and yeah, here we are, 2 wins, day 5, 50-50, evening out. Oh, fair enough. I know that my board here is not particularly good for a5, so yeah. I had the option there to go to Kina, and I decided that 5 region and a bunch of health is more worth to me than the average Kina shop. Full is not what you're really looking for, right? Like middle drill is already gold. Rocket launcher has anyway no big future. Let's take a tool, some economy. Let's build up there. I think a good high roll tool could be better. We're upping the core per usual. I think it's like always tempo king on Dooley, and it's always upping the cores as fast as possible. Ooh, that's a big number. While I like chocolate like tremendously, I do feel like I have to go to an overpriced JJ here. How do we feel about this option? Want to sell this? I do think these two are technically better than what we're having on board, but I also don't think DJ Robot is that good anymore. Like, it's good, but since you are running the core, you already have like 2 less spots for friends, which means you're charging him less, you're getting less value from the haste from the DJ Robot. And then in this situation, for example, I still have like a drill and the core, and I don't know, it's not sparking like, it's not feeling like synergetic. I feel like the charcoal is fine here. Like it's definitely better than this water cooler. Um, the other hand, we have a few friends, but they're all like, even the charcoal, it's not sparking that much joy. Probably this is just better than the friends package at this point. We I lost the gold. Should have sold that maybe. Anyway, I think we are there where we are. Wilson, thank you so much for the 5 months of the board. Thank you so much. Hello, sir. I've been on a vacation and come back to a whole new Dooley situation. Is our robot friend okay? That is like a little bit the question who you ask, right? Like, if you ask me, I would say no. He has like no substantial builds to compete with what happens. We're like a little bit of trouble. With what happens after day 10, he's most likely to lose most fights, at least on day after day 10. He is not like really like he's fair strong, I would say, up until day 10. He's spiking a little bit early, but then he's like also just like very fairish. You have a few cores that keeps him up, try to keep him alive, but unless you're like having like a giga high roll of items and skills, I think he is more like a hero that is easy from the core strength to navigate to 7 wins, but it is close to impossible to at least consistently go for 10 wins. And for that reason, I would say he's not okay. But if you were like a person that anyway only considers 7 wins good and win something to strive for, then he's probably still fine for you. So that's a question. I think he's not okay. I think he's nerfed into the ground. Alrighty, how will you handle this? We could transform like our water cooler, which I wouldn't mind too much, but it's like this gamble. We could try to go for like soldering gun, which is still like an improvement on this board. Or we take a burn item and sometimes it's a soldering gun or an omega ray that is high rarity. I mean, transforming is fine. I mean, tools except of the soldering gun is nothing, right? Like this is not a board where you want to run a flamethrower. Let's hope this line sometimes gives you a little bit better of items. Probably you have to ask you like whether this is good or not. Maybe it's reasonable here. Alrighty, let's keep going. GPU is fine. Rest not so much. Like not far off of beating Lich, but we're definitely though still not beating Lich here. And are you expecting any decent buffs to our beloved Dooley today? No, I don't expect any balance changes today. I think it's a 2-week cycle we're living in, unless they want to hotfix stuff. And I'm pretty sure in Tempo's mind, Dooley is fine because it will show that probably all heroes are close on the like average win amount. Like if you go just like by full averages, I think like every hero is kind of close-ish, and then they'll be like, oh, this is fine. So no, I don't expect any changes. Oh, anyway, there's a patch in like 2.5 hours, right? I a little bit forgot about that. That explains maybe why some people are not streaming that I would have expected to stream. And I mean, I don't know, maybe they are surprising us, but I'm not too hopeful on that one. No, there's nothing leaked. I don't know if there's a patch. I would just like straight up not expect it though. And hello Viximo, welcome. Alright, we got at least a really a bunch of items from Kina here. Rocket launcher is for sure out. This is out, this is out. This is for sure in. This for sure in. freeze an item. Sure. Since we're having it. 6-second ember though. That's a long ass ember. Nope. It's not good enough. And then 2 slows over 2 haste. Fair, fair. Happy to hear that you had a good run there, Viximo. I'm not saying that's not possible. It's still like possible to get like a bunch of 10 wins on Dooley, by the way. But it's like, it's the stars need to align quite a bit for this to happen. Like that's the thing, right? Like if the stars don't align, like there is no way in hell you're getting your 10 wins, no matter how good you're playing. Anyway, hello Vangalov, happy here, as well as Shine, welcome, welcome. Alrighty, let's try to bury our beloved Dooley discussion. Why keep the chocolate bar? Because if I get like a note that is really bad on the left and on the right, and in the middle there's a mandala. So in the middle is a mandala, and the left is, I wouldn't know what it is, like maybe let's say a weapons shop. I don't need any weapons anymore, maybe. Like maybe I want to Uzi, maybe not. But let's say there's a shop I don't want to go to on the left, and there is a temp boost, like a relax on the right, and there's still a PvE fight coming ahead. And then there is in the middle a mandala. That mandala looks like quite juicy, right? Like you don't want to go to the left or the right, basically. And then I can just mandala the chocolate bar, which would net me 4 gold at the worst, and at best a second fiber optics or a metronome or whatever I want to have. That's the reason. And don't worry, you can ask here all the questions you have, FTD. I want to go and get some gold in. That's a little bit late. I mean, we can keep it around for a day if we have the space, but it's late. Yeah, I've been using the mandala a little bit more, and while I don't really like it, sometimes it's still the right play, right? I think like the upside early on is pretty high because like on day 2 and day 3, like a gold small item is having quite nice impact. Afterwards, I'm just doing it if I really don't have a better option. Like I wouldn't skip an Andy necessarily for the gamble, but like a Kina or an Isla sometimes. The later it goes, the less I'm inclined to do this gamble. But it's still working out, so I like it quite a bit more. I have definitely underutilized it in the first weeks. I think I was wrong. I also like going for monster loot a little bit more lately. So we'll see, we'll see. So here's like interesting, though it's day 7, so Calf has like the shield enchanted metronomes. So I'm not willing to skip those. It's a shield enchanted blue beetle. I mean, it's so over nerfed. It's like it's so bad. Even with the fiber optics I'm having, I do not feel like it's good enough to run. Um and I don't want to like invest an upgrade into it. I feel like it's wasted. Yeah, I don't think it's good unless you're running the full bug comp. I don't think it's worthwhile. Rocket launchers are, by the way, a super nice item early on, but super bad late. Alrighty. I think I want to go like this for today. There is a world where you could decide to go for this, but it's not. Go like this. Late, a little bit slow, but I don't think I can change that much. Nope. Hello, Sixten. Welcome, welcome. Happy to have you here. How are you? Back to Dooley. I mean, I've been playing Dooley kind of exclusively again for the last 2 days. After the 1-2 days of Vanessa's, I just don't like playing Vanessa, and I just accept that I'm not winning a lot on Dooley. A late game. I got a little bit better though, so I think I'm squeezing out a few more percentage of winning. It is what it is. I like I don't know. There was like yesterday a guy. I don't remember his name now. I'm sorry for that. Who was a Dooley enjoyer that having was also jamming like Dooley. He was like rather high ranked and like rank 8 at the time, and just jamming to like electric music. Like earlier it was trance, later it was a little bit harder hard style stuff. And he actually he actually straight up concedes after having 7 wins. Like if he's not feeling it fully to go to the 10-0 win, and has like whatever, he's just conceding. And he had like, as far as I remember, an absolutely broken board, like a board that I would have played out. Like he had like a few crazy good skills. I remember that, and he had a full drill board. He had like the Aiden skill, like the overheal skill. I think he had even raked. Like he was like cruising. He had like ignition core. He had the full setup. Like I would have played that one out for sure. And he still like just like 7 wins and slammed the concede. And I was like asking him chat because I didn't want to be rude. Maybe I missed something. Why he went to 7 wins, because he was like cruising hard, and then he just like had 7 wins, and I saw those 7 win screen while playing myself a little bit. And yeah, well, I don't know if that is the Dooley strategy, but you know, it fits the theme at the moment we're living in. I don't have that much space anymore. Let's get rid of a little bit stuff. Feeling claustrophobic. We're talking about. I don't know his name. Um, Kurt could maybe know. He was also in the stream. Like Soulless Kurt and me was like basically one of this 5, 6, 7, 8 viewers he had, and we were just like watching him jamming Dooley games late night. It was fun. So I do think Obsidian. So here's the thing, right? I'm not so sure about taking this Obsidian enchant. The upside for Obsidian enchant is clearly obvious, right? It's like one of the next to heal and shield and maybe burn itself. Um, one of the better scaling skill enchants on the core, and especially heal, shield, and Obsidian, giving 10 times the burn amount on the ignition core gives you really big numbers, and I do like that. But especially after, basically after day 8, right? A way to actually get a significantly improvement on the win rate feels for me having shield or maybe heal. And the reason is you just need a little bit more time for the burn to ramp up. And the way you get time to get the burn ramp up, because you're scaling like twice, you're scaling on the core and on your opponent, is just giving you enough time with these two other options. Um, so shield helps a little bit more against one-shotting, heal helps a little bit more against poison opponents, so both have like ups and down there. But if you get like haste, slow, radiant, like anything, but maybe like shiny and burn and whatever, you feel so sad. So I even take this one, but I'm not so sure if that is correct. Like I wanted to point out, shield and heal are my absolute favorites these days. We are having like a little bit of defense line here. I should not ignore that. Hmm. So I had like decent success sometimes to use an atomic clock as starter past day 10, but I don't feel I want to pick it up here. Aerogarden would be interesting, but since it's only nitro to activate it and I don't have nitro, I don't know if I feel good about it. I still don't think I want to run fiber optics. I don't think the drill is necessarily fast enough. That it helps me significantly. Could like everyone is burning around, so maybe this is correct. Find that. Let's use the chalk now. Sell this as well. And let's go. Yesterday I randomly found Icy Railgun, but I had no tech items to scale it. Just enchanted the fire drill, uh, the drill to like fiery. So after a few days I had to sell the railgun. I wonder if you would try to pivot hard around an Icy Railgun. No, I don't think the Icy Railgun is good enough, basically. Why am I so slow? I'm slowed. Ah, man. I'm like really slowed here. Also, obviously, everyone has rigged. Alrighty. Yeah, no, I wouldn't have tried it. I would have sold it as well. I don't think you can, with the exception of, I had a few nice force field games off stream lately, but with the exception of like force field and defense grid, I don't think you have many or like any large item builds available to you on Dooley that are meaningful and carry you more than like a few days. Like an early railgun, like day 2, day 3, sure can carry you, but a railgun ain't carry you on day 8 anymore. So no, I would have sold it and be happy about the gold. I would have picked the shield if I don't had like already like a lot of shield. So I feel like shield is not the issue. So let's try to be a little bit more like racy against our opponent. We're slowing him down, triggering the drill. There is like a little bit of ups for that. So here I don't like weapons, so I might just like gamble a little bit on a small item. I don't like the average trend outcome. The pool is just too big to give me like an Aiden or an bomb squad upgrade. I feel like too slow. Like the last fight showed me I was really slow. Maybe this helps me being feeling like a little bit faster, just slightly. Nice, another win. This like looks like a game where you don't have rigged and don't have a full drill upset anyway. But I don't like. I would say my odds of getting 10 wins is probably somewhat in a low, like maybe 10% or something. This is where I would put my odds here. I don't want to spend my money at Aerodrome. I don't feel rich enough particularly. Well, I can for once now use a memory card on Obsidian on my ignition core here. Which star do you normally pick? So that was also interesting. Like the guy I watched yesterday was clearly a very decent Dooley player, and he took the economy quite a bit. I take the gold skill. I'm saying the only way I basically like it's not like true, right? But I say the only way, more or less, I have a chance to get to 10 wins is 10-0 or maybe 10-1. But let's say just like to overstate a little bit, the only way to get 10 wins on Dooley is 10-0. And so I need to win every round, and I do think my best odds at getting there is winning the early days, right? And the best way to win early days is then in total to go with skills and Tempo King day 1 and day 2 and try to get carried by a gold skill. Pretty decent, isn't it? So I go with gold skill, but I'm not fully sure whether that is correct or not. It's already hard to get the 7 wins here, isn't it? We're just like a sitting duck, sitting there being slow, and can watch getting murdered. Like, surely if you know, like if you have like the nice stuff like rigged and rust, right? Then the life looks like significantly better for you. And yeah, I should have maybe went with the freeze. I was greedy there. Yeah, I also don't like the variance on the gold skills. Um, I do think it's like really bad, but you know, like we don't have many chances there, right? Like, if you brick, and then you feel miserable, but we're not playing like a consistent Dooley anyway in the first place. So for that reason, like, we can like consistency was tossed out the game for sure. I do believe, in the 1 in a million chance of winning the lottery, the next note could just be a monster skill vendor that offers me a diamond rigged, and then I'm so back 16 just to get murdered by Mac, but or Pygmalion, or for all I care, Vanessa. But at least you feel like you're having hope, right? Like you're just like you're getting like the life sucked out of you while having like hope that somehow, like I was thinking about what the guy made there, and I I disagree. Like I don't want to concede. Like especially not this late if there is no punishment. And the only punishment there is like wasting a little bit of time, but I'm willing to take that punishment for a little bit higher win rate and the emotional comeback sometimes. The 6 second freeze was on my obsidian core. That's obviously not ideal. Hello, Viserion. Welcome. So there was like a comment, um, that was below a Reddit thread, that I saw yesterday, and it gave me such a great chuckle. I have this inventory bug. Let me. I sent it to 610. So the comment I had a really good giggle last night on that comment. Nothing like seeing rigged rust and bonk on my opponent's board to complement my granola bar, goggles, and toxic dagger. That Reddit comment had me so. Oh no, that was already the comment. So that was like the comment from last night I saw on the Reddit post, and it made me chuckle so hard. I I couldn't hold myself. I felt so caught. I was like, yep. This is how I feel about the game at the moment. I mean, we're hasting won 5 times. This one is a 6 second item that gives me 2 haste procs, though. I feel like this is better, right? For now. Yeah. And we're not caring about these. GPU out. Aww. We nearly got it. Close. And I felt like in that situation, yeah, I could have put out the GPU, but I do like having like a little bit more haste on the core. Like it's rather valuable having haste on the core. It's not about the drill procs necessarily. I lost Kustre. I lost. If you optics the coolant, yeah, maybe. Actually, I had a golden coolant, right? And the diamond optics. It was the play. I agree. I mean, honestly, I'm playing less well because it also has like even less impact, right? Like, yeah, I don't know. It was correct though. It was correct. And no, I don't go income anymore because it's not about um like collecting bucks anymore. The game is not about collecting bucks. The game is about tempo kinging as hard as fast as possible on Dooley. I mean, was it ever pulse rifle? I think in hindsight it was a pulse rifle, but I feel like that's a little bit a hindsighty argument, um, because there was like still like half a Isla, right? It was like the first page, so it's half an Isla left where the rocket launcher is way better, um, and there is still like a shop left. So I don't. Maybe it's a pulse rifle because every win matters so much. Fair enough. Fair enough. There he is. You Beatty. Like, if I spent the money there on the pulse rifle, though, I. And if it was the second page, like, no question asked, right? But on the first page there, with like another shop left, potentially, if there is like, obviously, never skip a furry event. But like, with a 1.5 shops left, I'm not rich. It's not like I'm on income game anymore. Like gold is an actually scarce resource until you have your first big boost. Vanessa more consistent than Dooley? Probably. Like, I probably not like. I'm not kidding. I'm probably not good enough on Vanessa. Um, but I do think Vanessa is stronger technically. And more versatile. But Dooley is close. Like consistency wise, I mean, it's okay, right? You can get your 7 wins most of the time still, but you're just like having like I don't know, let's say at best a coin flip for the 10 wins. Like it's close to I think a coin flip. Um, I think it's not as bad. Like I have more 10 wins than not, but it's close. Hello Tabeos, welcome, welcome. Happy to have you. I don't know if no one is consistent. Like probably Vanessa also struggles sometimes. I don't know. Like Rigas was streaming for like 12 hours this morning. I saw it. I just like decided to um like watch the qualifiers for the Counter-Strike tournament and then I had to work. So I don't know how he was doing on Vanessa. I think Pink is consistent. Yeah, I feel so too. But then I have seen Rarish play pick, and I mean he had some good games, but it was like not as crazily good as you expect. And I've also watched a few other Pygmalion mains, um, and I have not seen them doing that great either. He got only 10 wins. No, no, I have seen Rarish actually have a 0 win run on Wig on Pick the last time I watched him in a couple last days. It was like 2 days ago, maybe. Like it doesn't mean like Rarish is a beast of a gamer, right? Like I didn't. It was never meant to be as a like a shit talk argument, but he had like literally yesterday or the day before 0 wins. Um, so yeah, so much for that. I mean, he did not play that perfectly. Like that's no issue, but still, 0 wins is hard. That's like a gut wrenching punch. So here, for example, I do like that I have this bar, right? Like I think like Tinker is not a good shop anymore because you don't want to see all the bugs. Like there's basically a good version of a bomb squad on an Aiden nest that I really want. And there are like 30-ish friends. With the bugs, probably nowadays there are more than 30 friends. Like we're close to 40 friends. So this is just an like atrociously bad shop, right? This is 1 gold, and here I get like plus 4 gold with a high roll. I think this is good enough. I don't think so. I mean, I think a freeze is doing more for me, kinda. I do think it's like really bad for the game if like the best players don't get like 10 wins consistently. I think that means we are in a game where it's a lot more about flipping coins. Who gets the coin flip for Rick? Who has like which hero, you know? And it's not about what you actually do, which means you're your actions matter less because it's just like flipping coins. Like small mistakes, big mistakes, decisions don't matter as much. Like I'm not saying they don't matter. I say just like they matter less, quite significantly less. And then I think like if that is a direction that's like very, very bad for a game in the long run. So I don't think your premises are even remotely correct about, well, just be happy about 7 wins, or, well, isn't it nice if it's harder to get 10 wins? No, it's like it should be hard to get 10 wins. Yes, but it should be more in the possible spectrum, right? I want to have a little bit more chess and less gambling, coin flipping. We have a new item to transform. There is no evidence that decreasing the frequency of winning 10 wins means there is less skill expression. Yes, there is. Like, okay. I mean, that's like a weird take because we're having not fixed rank matchmaking, right? We're matching against the whole pool, which means if there is like sort of a bell curve, there are like very few people that should play significantly better than the majority and the rest of the people, right? And if that is true, I should win against your average, like Raurish. Let's make Raurish. Like, I don't want to sound arrogant. Raurish is one of the best players in this game. I would like that Raurish wins against your average players. And he loses a round or two, but he should not lose more than 2-3 rounds. Right? And we had like significantly long patches where that was always the case. And now it's not always the case anymore. And surely someone will make the argument, well, but people get better. I hear that every single time, but I don't think like your bronze player you're facing on average, like the majority of casual players that are existing and facing who are facing should be that much stronger becoming that like Raurish cannot consistently get 10 wins. So I do think that is the case, and I could like give you arguments why that is the case. Like rigged is an item, like a skill that is rather deterministic in the late game. You can like see that quite a lot. I wouldn't say all, but like more than 20% of your opponents have like rigged after day 10, right? The reason is because rigged is so powerful that you just like steamroll everyone, right? And that is like an equalizer. It's basically if you get your 20%, nothing comparably matters anymore. And that is like literally what gives like your average Joe such a dominant and rather easy accessible boost to win against like good players. So there is evidence. It's super easy. Like it's clear as night and day. Anyway, I think I ranted enough about this. I wanna skip the discussion for now. He's actually kind of popping if you have a build for him. Let's, flip a little bit coins here. That is what I call a good coin flip. It's not necessarily, by the way. Okay, my camera froze. Oh, it's catching up, right? I mean, it was catching up for a second here. Let me check a little bit the metrics on my task manager. Alrighty, my camera just like disappeared. Oh, it's back. Alrighty, we were able to catch up. I don't know. Seems like NVIDIA broadcast was the issue. Okay, it's like really weird. Seems to be maybe fixing itself. It's not about that the item pool gets bigger necessarily. By the way, that is I don't think that is necessarily even I don't think it's the issue. Like I don't think the item pool um size is a big of an issue. It's more of an issue, starting to be more of an issue that you don't have a lot of high quality items. That's a different story, right? Like if I can like have like a bunch of items that are viable, and every item is kind of viable, that's not an issue. Anyway, I think a balancing game spot Dooley situation is Dunzo. Alrighty, I do like power leveling quite a bit. Like as soon as you're getting ahead, it helps you quite a bit on staying ahead, and I think it's really helpful. We just like 6 burn tempo king. I mean, a gold skill can be better, but it also can be worse. And six burn is tempo king like crazy. Hmm. But 6 burn is also falling off. That is probably equally like a little bit stronger. Depends on the situation. Thing with this positioning is we're still starting only after 5 seconds, and that's like that's so atrociously slow. Question for anyone: how do you build a weaponized core on Dooley? So basically, you start with your gold skill, and then you have probably already some sort of weapons, right? It doesn't need to be crazy, but like the usual, you have a drill in case you have a different core, you have like a rocket launcher, pulse rifle, Uzi, maybe a 4-second laser pistol, that things, right? And then you put like 2, 3 items on the left, like maybe the Uzi and an Aiden on the left. Like I still prefer Uzi on the left. It runs out of ammo before you actually hit the nice scaling anyway. So Uzi on the left, Aiden on the left, something something on the left, and then you put your bunch of weapons, whatever you have, on the right. That should carry you for day 2 to day 5-ish. Take a lot of XP because it's a little bit slower after day 3 on the scaling, the weaponized core, than the ignition core, but it's still like significantly scaling. And now you need to find something that is carrying you past day 5, 6, 7-ish into day 10, 12-ish. And that is a cybersecurity, and that is a flamethrower. I do think more or less the only 2 items that you can buy and use are those 2. And then you just pump them up, try to level them up. If it's cybersecurity, leads a little bit more leveling because it's silver. And you charge them, you haste them with like metronomes, you put like batteries on them, and then you probably start to pump the core a little bit more. So more items on the left of the core, and just like an Uzi, a metronome, and your favorite item, cybersecurity and flamethrower on the right. You obviously up your weaponized core also, like it's super important that that is going to be gold and diamond. And then you have a weaponized build on Dooley, and it's probably a little bit less consistent in opposing to the ignition core. Not because the damage output past day 10 is weaker. I think even on day 10, the damage output is actually a little bit higher. But because you may lose a race or 2 in the mid game, especially on day 4 to day 7-ish. And obviously also you need to find one of 2 very specific items. But it's decent. It's like my plan B to go to if I don't hit my ignition core. I will catch up with chat in a bit. Let me just continue the game. I thoroughly explained a little bit how my weaponized core build looks like. Like really poor, so I shouldn't like pick a bomb squad up and try to upgrade it. I think that's a little bit unwise of a decision here. Will you ever take an early large dino? No. I think large dinos are, or dinos in general, are bait. They're too slow, and you are not winning enough fights of it to justify. I feel like surely you can win a few fights of them, but normally the game is like really fast, and the faster the game is, the less, like the worse are dinos, I would say, in general. And the game is really fast and racy, so I don't think you're getting away with like the slowness of dinos. Even like if I had like 1,000,000 gold here, I wouldn't take the dino, for example. I can get like at least 10 gold, so I think it's worthwhile to say hi. 1 second of freeze. Am I willing to buy 1 second of freeze? I am willing to buy 1 second of freeze. You don't try to summon the bug squad? No, I don't think so. Like, I have seen a few people do this. Like I have watched quite a bit of streams. I haven't been streaming as much, right? Um, and some people do this like really, really, let's say, often. But I feel like and sometimes it works out, right? But when you look at the like for me, like I seem like it only works out if you have like a nice skill bar. And if I have like a nice skill bar, like Rust and Rigged skill bar, like I don't need the dinos anyway, the bugs anyway. Like I will have my build. And the downside of the bugs now is they're like really only good if they're diamond, and if they're not diamond, they're really, really not caring at all anymore. And in before that, they're really bad. And after that, they're just okayish. So I don't think they're worth the effort. Other alternatives, yeah. Cybersecurity and flamethrower are a little bit alternatives, and then you don't necessarily run the drill. And sometimes you play force field. Sometimes you play um, other stuff like if you start on a golden defense grid, you can try to get the force field running. Like there are a few builds, but the to go for me is drill and ignition core, tempo kinging, and hope you're getting over the line. Yeah, the thing is why that's like such a huge difference is like, look, if you remember like bronze bugs, right? they were like really not good. Like no one picked up a bronze bug because the idea was to say, well, this bronze bug is carrying, right? Like that would be I would have laughed at you. You picked up the bronze bug because it gave you like a very consistent future. That was the reason. But now that consistent future is not as consistent anymore because like it's so much slower to gain. It was like the same happened basically on the race, right? Like they did it to the race as well. Like the moment the race like went to silver, everything changed on the race. Like it is a huge difference whether an item starts different tier because it's when you get it and then also when you are finding upgrades. And since you're not getting like the old silver bug later, you're getting a old silver, like old bronze bug at silver. It's huge. It's like I wouldn't say unusable, but man, it's at best a niche build for me. So someone wanted me to put this next to the core. Interesting. Let's think about this. Yeah, I yeah, fair enough. It's better at the core. I think you are correct there. Yeah. Yeah. It's definitely better there. My bad. My bad. You're correct. You are correct, sir. No no discussion. This item was performing a little bit better than I expected. Once I had like a very early, I don't know, railgun, force field, whatever tempo line. So if you have it really early, it's actually doing stuff. Also, the CDR was kind of juicy, like 20% there on the golden one is actually helping you a little bit on starting faster. And often enough, it's just about that these days, right? I don't think it's ever not the core here. Surely I see the upgrades I have in my bag, not the upgrades I have on my board. Now the server is going down about 2 hours. So we have 2 hours more of jamming. I don't know if I want to stream later. I don't know about my plans tonight. I may have a like a small evening plan or not. I don't know yet. Ooh, Metro. Big upgrade. Fiber optics, hell yeah. So does the fiber optics pass the incendiary rounds? Maybe you want to also use the coolant on it. Like, there's also a world where you want to maybe use the coolant anyway. Maybe it's like this, actually. Who knows? So, do we want to scale? Do we want to go core or coolant on the right? Honestly, this is the world where I feel like diamond coolant, diamond optics, it has to be the coolant, right? And then we just like try to get a significant CDR on the coolant now, and then we're like perma freezing opponents. Eh, it's not that perma freeze. It's 3 item perma freeze. So let's make it opponent dependent maybe. So this is a run even without rigged and rust, where I feel like we may be able to get over the line, like a shiny core, diamond optics, diamond coolant, drill, fiber optics. Like we have the full package, kinda, right? Like the high roll package, at least partly. Also, hello, Hack Me, welcome, welcome. Like this is like the average build you need kind of to survive on on day 10 and later, and feel like, yeah, that should be in the bag. I don't think chocolate is doing a lot at this point. I know that I don't need the GPU, but I don't have a better item. The only better item I could consider is, at the moment, I feel like um the icicle, and the icicle is not an active, which means we get like significantly less procs, right? Um, on the core and on the drill. So I don't know about that one. Maybe it's correct, but that's like the only item that I really felt like going for here. Like, whatever, right? We don't need this anymore. Um, like this is a ×2. That's like not significantly better than the GPU. It's also slower. We also need the GPU at the moment to start. So I don't want to have like an item here that is slower than 4 seconds. Same for this. Same for this. Like they're like all bait. So I think like the GPU is more in a slot of start there. And no, it's not the red beetle. I don't think so, because those beetles don't go at 4 seconds. I want to take a little bit of health here. I mean, probably just take it. In case we're not winning, we shouldn't spend our money here. Against the Dooley, I don't want to run an icicle for sure, so we go like this. Did the bug nerfs significantly reduce your ability to win streak? Yes. I think like surely people got better, but like probably we couldn't win streak the same as we did like earlier in the previous patch, because people just get better, right? Like the boards are significantly better, but the bug nerf also is a huge part in that. And yeah. Alrighty, we got away with murder. So, I mean, I don't know if he had better options, okay? I don't want to, like, be about this opponent, but the days where you, like, fiber optics a blue beetle are definitely over. Like, that, that, that's not it. Like, I rather, like, fiber optics my core here. I might even, like, fiber optics Yellow Mantis or whatever. Like, I don't think this is good enough. So I disagree with his decision to run a blue beetle here. It looks golden, it looks shiny, but it's not shiny. It stinks. We have a lot of chests to open again. I've gotten, by the way, a second board, like the second time the nice board. And while I enjoy this board, I still don't have seen a single legendary Dooley skin on this account. And we have gotten a third album, like a third Mac music album. So that I also have seen. So to be fair, I'm not really interested in the Dooley skin. Like I would take it, right? But I don't mind. Which Dooley skin I would like to see is the one in the bazaar shop, like in the whatever daily shop. And yeah, I've always seen the same stuff basically. I think I was able to buy one item in the past week or something, but it is mainly stuff I already own. I'm just buying everything because my gems number is most of the time going up. I hate to see these. I'm still not sure if like the poison ones are actually worth the effort buying. Because in most cases I don't have the money to buy one, like a poison item. And it's only like good if you like basically hit a chem snail and it's biting with the plan after day 2 anyway. Like you're not running a chem snail even with the skills, so I feel like these days it's maybe more correct to go for this line. You know what I will do? I will buy this shop. That's my day 1. I have a friend, I have a door to hold. Would this be the Viper? So we're having 6 burn, that's 21 damage, right? Like 6 burn, 6 times 7 divided by 2 is 21 damage. We're buying ourselves a little bit of time. And then sometimes we're critting and having maybe on average 1 crit is 8 burn here instead of 4. And then you have like 10 burn. And 10 burn is enough. So if I crit once, the Viper is dead. But don't crit. 21 needs 4. 4 is 28. Do I survive 28 by poison? I mean, it's only the first few dagger hits and then my shield is up. I want to risk it, man. It's not worth the effort. Like, I probably win there, but I don't know if it's guaranteed without a crit, and the crit is not guaranteed, and if you lose the PvE fight on day 1, the game is over, right? I could as well concede. Let's not do this, and for all I care, it's not the worst loot table here. A friend and a door metaphor for my life. Yeah, kinda. It's poetic, isn't it? A friend and a door, and then we have this one. An Aegis. Actually, I have no idea if there's like a German translation for that. Or if that is like Egide. Interesting. So there's not really a different word in German that I just didn't know. Ooh, just an Aiden away from greatness, aren't we? 4 gold needed to buy a medium item, we have 2, so we might as well up our bank account. We like to go here and look our Aiden and blah blah blah, but the harsh truth is take the first XP note you see. Like buy the first friend you see and take the first XP note you see. Because you may lose day 1, but you kinda, I wouldn't say guarantee, but should like increase your odds to 90% on winning on day 2 this way. Nice. This one is over. We just get killed by a green wasp. If that was not a green wasp though, look at my shield. It is what it is. I wanna look for hard stats. I saved a little bit to justify go shopping here. I don't want to upgrade this. I don't want to buy a pulse rifle. But can I not take, yeah. I will win with this probably against the rogue scrapper. And I don't mean probably, I know that I will win, right? It will look sketchy if I don't crit, but it is still a win no matter what. So I don't want to buy this. I want to buy a rocket launcher and a drill, sir. I took my XP. I can go for rocket launchers and drills. Rocket launchers and drills. I love this game so much. Story of my day. I feel like the reason why I'm so like insta tilted these days when I like miss like basically everything in the early game, and by miss I mean like, look, this is like a full miss, right? This game, like, we missed on the good gold skill. Like, that was a bad gold skill, right? That was the first miss. Then we kind of low rolled our opponent, because I think like against most opponents we're still staying with our door, but well, you're not winning against poison, like, you know. And then we missed a few shops, so now it's a hard time to like find the money and drill and rocket launcher. So now we're probably not like that much favored anymore after day 2. We lost day 1. And while normally I would be like, well, everything is recoverable, we're not living in a world anymore where that is the case, right? Like, we're already out of this game. This is already a 7-win game by now. Like, it's basically a 7-win game. It already could say 7 wins for you, sir. And it would be true probably 90% of the time. I have a gold skill though. Yeah, yeah. I have a gold skill. Papa. I do have a gold skill. And a hope. I mean, sure, sure. There's still like a way to get a rigged, right? Five items. I don't really have the money for skills. I do go to for Andy, right? The issue with Andy here is like my chocolate money is gone. I want to buy these. Same goes for this. I mean a bronze battery is not doing a lot, but now my lunch money is gone. Was probably a little bit ambitious, but I think it's fine. Combat core good? No, no. I tried the combat core once when I had like a desperate game. I was not on the ignition core though. I was like I think on a weaponized core. And I saw on day 5 an obsidian golden combat core, okay? So I'm there like super desperate. I had like a lot of money though for some reason. and be like, well, maybe it's exactly the time where the combat core shines. Like it is obsidian golden combat core on day 5, right? Well, it was like nice, I won a few fights, but those were like easy fights anyway. And any hard fight, any good opponent, like any good burn build, any good mech build, any good weapon Vanessa, anything that is like halfway fast and decent is like shredding you still. And it was like on a basically double S strong combat core. Okay, I want to point that very clearly out. It was an obsidian combat core, so I get double the damage scaling on that core, and it was still like not really cutting it. It was okay. It was okay. I'm not saying it was bad. It was okay. But double the stats means it's okay. So if you're not having that obsidian enchanted, I would not go like for that ever, ever. I don't even know if the blasters are worth it on the board. Maybe it's a crit though. Let's go with a crit. So the reason why I don't know if it's like worth to run this is because if I don't run the blasters here, I will get 30 crit on my items. So basically, I can have 30 crit on my items here, or I can have a little bit of shield. I don't think the little bit of shield is worth a 30 crit. I mean, that's like 200 health, sure, but 30% output on critting on burn that's like a fatal blow to my opponents. I don't know how to handle the situation though with a crit. Like I do think we need to go for a full board though in the future. Like it was like, fair to do this over blast doors, but I don't think it's reasonable to do this for much longer. Oof. He's a toughie. Beating this with 750 life. I think like again, like this is stronger without blast doors. We are like prolonging the fight, but I think it's not helping us too much. The extra 100 health prolonging the fight there over like getting 20 more burn on my opponent, best case, on the Hydro Dude. But are we beating the Hydro Dude? I think in most cases we do. Like we're putting out like huge burn numbers, and he still needs a little bit of time. And I do think we're fine. But it can go wrong. I feel like one in I don't know, like 1 in 10, 15, 20 times it goes wrong. Far off. Quite a few crits early on. And at some point we are gonna find our drill. Maybe like exactly here, right? Like we sold the blasters because they will show up anyway, more likely if I don't sell them. I want to buy a welding torch. And you cannot make me. You cannot make me. His skill over an overpriced JJ. Sure. I also like to see an Aiden, but that's probably for the future. I already saw this like one slipping out of my hand. Somehow we prevailed. I don't want to roll the shop. It's just an overpriced Andy at this point with a bunch of items I don't want. Calf is probably also not where I want to go. Was the strength skill clutching it up there? Maybe? Like, I don't know what clutched it up there. If I had like another like hit in there. But I do think we got a lot of the crit working there in our favor. Maybe the strength was clutching. So I can get 100 health, or I can like increase my odds a little bit on the Aiden. There are so many friends though. I don't want to roll. I think it's too much money here. I think it's the consistent line. Just get 100 health, not the 150. I don't have the money. So drill or dig site? Like, you want to dig at Isla for a drill, which would go a long way since we already have the hotspot ready. Yeah, let's, I mean, yeah, it's a drill angle. Probably drill angle. I think we're winning this one. I mean, there is no life steal. Maybe if we're racing like really, really fast though. I mean, okay, fair enough. The board looks scarier than it is because it's a little bit slow on the start. It's only silver and the atlatl is not high. So okay. I was like scared for no reason. But normally when you see this board, it's probably later, and then you just like instantly get raised to death. Do you think Goldie helps me more than the mysterious portal here? Am I willing to roll? Let's say there is a drill. I can't make the money for the drill. I can't even make the money for the small item realistically, so I don't think the drill the roll is justified here. I mean, in hindsight, surely the dig would have been better than what we got there in the Isla shop, but I feel like we should be honest there and say it was important to get the drill. Like, without the drill, we're falling off faster. So there is like a need to get the drill. Hello, Kita. Very happy to see you. How are you? Also, it's Wednesday. You know what the good news are? One more week and we get a new patch. This is not a cybersecurity board or a core. know anything about next season. I think it is public knowledge that we get we are getting two expansions, and they will be an Mac expansion and a Pygmalion one. So those are the two ones that get a new expansion. But that's about all we know, basically. I don't know if there's anything else we know that I forgot. The price pass is just like timed on when you got it. It's definitely in a week that we're getting our next season and stuff, unless there is like unforeseen delays. It's a clear like 2 weeks patch cycle and 4 weeks season cycle. I don't think there is to be anything else to be expected. Thank you so much, Solis, for the 5 month op support. Thank you so much for the generous support and another sub. And yeah, thank you so much. How are you? Solis says, "Never fear, your friendo is here." Nice, nice rhyme there. Yeah, let's not forget those, Peter. Let's don't try not to forget that they are happening, right? 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 Yeah, like actually the Mac, like they said it in an interview, and it like I mean obviously I may be wrong remembering, but they actually delayed the Mac expansion like kind of on purpose. So you first learn Mac and then they release the Mac expansion. It was initially I think planned even to release it earlier. And at the moment I'm not really hopeful for Dooley. Like it's not looking good. Let me be honest there, for like reasons I may not fully be able to share. I mean, I may also be wrong. So I want to point that very clear out. It's just like some sort of, let's call them a little bit stronger intuitions. I also need to take the XP here to make sure we are leveling at some point, like in time-ish. Let's flex a little bit. I think like running the pulse rifle is not doing a lot for us in comparison here to the other items I have on board. Hello, Felix. Welcome, welcome. Hello, Jonases. Welcome, welcome. Hey, Sneezer, how are you? I mean, personally speaking, quite good. So like our personal life, pretty good. Um, life is a lot better these days. So there's that. Game wise, I mean, I have to motivate myself pretty hard to play and stream at the moment, and it's definitely less educational and less like happy snazer, and a lot more grumpy snazer kinda, right? Let's be honest there. What did you play before Bazaar? I played a lot of Hearthstone and Battlegrounds on and off, more on than off. But sometimes the one mode and one times the other mode. Let's call them different modes or game, whatever. So I have like 21,000 wins on Hearthstone, and I don't know, but quite a few thousand wins on Battlegrounds. So I've been playing those two games mainly, and I played a little bit of like Counter Strike and other stuff in my youth, but the main games, that I managed to play for most of time are these two. Um, they kept me quite hooked. And yeah, I mean, I was a little bit sick earlier, like 1.5 week ago, but that is gone. And now it's just like I'm not enjoying the game just as much. Basically, that's the honest answer. So I try to stream regularly, but yeah. You, Joan, thank you so much for the subscription. Thank you for the 5 months of support. You have been also around like forever. So very happy to have you as a loyal supporter. Hope you're doing well. Thank you so much. I don't like 3D printers unless you have like a perfect setup. And even them, I feel like they're so, I don't know, clunky is not the right word, but I don't know. I have a hard time seeing them being worth the money, basically. Yeah, it's kind of slow. I mean, even if I have like some fiber optics, saw printer with yo-yo on pig, pretty wild. Oh yeah, okay, that is pretty wild. But that's like, not average. So I can get like kinda instantly haste on my core, then the haste is solved on the core, right? I can also put out permanently haste. I think it's still bugged. I tried to check, and I'm pretty sure I tracked correctly, and it's still like infinite. So it's like infinite amounts of times. Like it says the first infinite amount times the core gets like hasted. I don't know if anyone else disagrees, but I tried to keep track and a few times, and I felt like it was never running out. This is technically also fine, which means we could like get rid of the GPU in now for the future. Though for now I don't have anything on the board, right? Like I don't think Nitro is doing a lot. It's like nice if you want to have like two targets like getting burned for pyrocarbon, for drill, that stuff. But it's not like that crazy good. Um, so this would be more of a fast bursty way for the drill. This would be the long time activation for the drill. I feel like this is at the moment giving me more though. So I should maybe go for this. I think still we should, you know, roll a little bit for the drill. And yeah. Sometimes you will find the stuff you look for. I saw an arc blaster and printer in a tech build. Was interesting. But was it good? Like interesting as like in like it's fine description, but is it good? So I'm asking here my beloved devs again because I want to complain again. So how do they think Dooley stands a chance against this at the moment? Like I'm asking there for a friend. Like how does what toolkit do I have potentially on Dooley that can compete with this? And I'm also considering the like really big Langshians and the other items. Asking there for a friend. But yes, if you are a Langshian in Zoya, you're feeling a lot better these days. I mean, you also need to be faster than that. Like your drill needs to pop off faster and be permanent against that. Um, and that's like not on day 9 with a golden optics wouldn't do it. Like you would have to have like rigged rust to start off early, and then you need to have like probably diamond coolant and diamond fiber optics on day 9 to even remotely stand a chance against that. Just to point that one out. And sure, someone will tell me, but like, why shouldn't be other heroes be okay to high roll? Sure, they should, but don't think Dooley's playing an even field. I'm back to complaining, right? Forcing dinosaurs. Yes. A dinosaur at 10 seconds there would have probably saved me. I would have only needed 20 seconds of my opponents not to do anything. And then I'm at there. Oh yeah, okay, fair enough. I can play force field. I a little bit forgot about that. That's actually a true statement though. Like if you have like a really nicely force field run, that is actually kind of helping you very much. Best start for Dooley. I think it has to be skills. They give you the highest chance to win early, and they give you sometimes a full defense grid. So I think that's what you want to aim for. Defense grid gives you 30% of your health as a shield. And then the first time you proc an item, and then you can pivot into a force field and 1 and 2 shot people. Use Halbazar. So there is your most beloved side. Like, it's even my most beloved side, to be fair. And then you can like try to get a reserve shield later if you have a force field and defense grid, and then a bunker, and then you go hard. None of these items though do stuff here. Do I have the thrusters? I do have the thrusters. I do have thrusters. I mean, maybe, day 11 is time to get a drill. There is a drill. Is it in the bank account? We need to find 20 gold. We have 8. We have 12. 20. That is, also, we never saw a single Aiden this game. Alright, let's think about this. So do we think this is worth a drill here? Is it likelier to win me a fight? Like, the drill will be at 8 seconds, and we have a hotspot for it. And we have a metro that is heavy enchanted. So for all I care, we're having like a nifty setup for it. And this is 10, 20 gold, and then I can afford this diamond drill now. We're on our last life. Left-handed, poison, or burn. I think it's either left-handed or burn, and I would go with burn because you want to play ignition core anyway, and it helps you better to win in the mid game when you have an ignition core plus extra burn. It's just like otherwise you may not be fast enough in the faster races. So I would go with burn, then try to be careful on the money, try to get a friend and a rocket launcher, and then you're like in a good position. Fight pyro. Burn is fine. So I don't know. Like, the drill is gonna go crazy, but we're losing a GPU, which means we're losing like very, very, very significant amounts on the haste uptime. We are also having like a positioning issue because if here's a drill, I can't have these items and then this, right? Like, there is an issue where the Uzi and the thrusters go. Like this is a drill. We want to have basically this positioning, kinda, and if we're not having that, probably go for this, and then everything is really awkward. Maybe it's actually the Mantis out, but that's also not like seemingly good. We're on our last life. There's one node where we get, like, let's say, best case, a random item to fill the board at least. I really don't know. I mean, the drill itself will not do any damage to my opponent, like, let's be honest. So we're just hoping this gets over the line. Like, we have now 20% CDR on the board. I think we're just, it's not in the box. I think we're not making ourselves strong over the with the drill there. We don't have like the fiber optics or anything to support the decision. I think the board has to look like this, and we just like say screw it. And you know, sometimes if the opponent is really weak, we're getting away. The thing is, the freeze is just killing me, right? Like, we're sitting here and we're dead. Nice. Lovely. It was a lovely game. Didn't I tell you, like, when the game started, right? Remember me telling you how the game will go after, like, the first day already? I knew already after the first day and the first 5 shops how this game is gonna end up. Like, I already knew, like, before anything basically happened on that game, how this game is gonna end. Like 95% of the time or 90% of the time. I can tell you for Dooley how the game is gonna end out after the beginning of the basically of the second or third day. I can already tell you where we end up. At best and at worst and on average. Alright, like, I don't know about this situation here. Like, I do feel like the defense grid feels like amazing if you find your pieces in time, right? Like, don't mind me. If you find the defense grid, you find the force field and stuff, you feel like a genius. The thing is though, the pool is kind of bigger now with one expansion. I know it's like not crazy, but it's there, right? Like, the pool is just bigger, right? The JJ is having less likely a force field. And the calf is like on day 7 when you finally want to find your force field, he will show you a duotron. Like, I can tell you already. Like, I have played this game. I've played this game. And like 1 out of 3 times you feel like an absolute moron who tried to make it work and it's not working. Because it's not a as consistent line anymore. It was already a line where you had like some games where I had like really hard trouble finding my force field. So for that reason, it's like a game where you hedging already like everything into that blind. And I do like also like 6 burn. Like, finding 1 burn item is, no, it's, yeah, that's doable, right? Like, let's say that is doable. And then even if it's not a rocket launcher, you're feeling good. I have three options here. I like all three options. Right option as a friend. Friend, makes sure you're not missing out on your furry event, right? Middle one is nice. You get like 5 region that helps you a little bit. Like even if you're like super strong with the burn here, like there's the one Vanessa who is like bursting 250 damage up front with like his like very glass cannon double barrel and then out of ammo. So if you have this 5 region, the 250 mark is not reachable anymore. You win. Bam. That's meaningful, right? Um, that's like 150 health if the fight goes forever. Though if I find a burn item, that ain't happening. Um, and small items means I can look at items. I feel like I can look at items. I can increase the odds of finding like a Firefly or for all I care an Aegis or an Aiden. And most of them are even friends. There are definitely S tier day one items in this position. So, what to do. It's hard. I don't think it's a free friend, by the way. I think it's one of the left and middle one of those two. I do like taking this one because, well, this is like maybe slightly more consistent for the furry event. Um, because I go for the friend. Small items is basically also saying you can get like very high odds on a friend. Um, and now I like very slightly decrease my odds of leveling, which is super important. This way I drastically increase my odds of winning day one and maybe day two. And there's still like 2 more shops to go. And I couldn't go shopping anyway 3 times because 8 gold is a hard limitation on going shopping. So you can only go 1 or 2 shops and then you just buy what you see and be done there. It's like a little bit like the old meta where you leveled on day one, right? Like when you leveled on day one, you also were like just one shop and that's it. And taking gold skills is a little bit more thankful because sure, it's, a little bit different, but it's not like fully different, to be fair, right? Rocket launcher, we are rolling for the friend. I can't take this. Like, I can't. Like, I would like to take it, but I already have kinda it, and I need to make sure I increase my odds for friend. There's the event, that bites me now. Like my decision bites me. Let's hope it's not biting me tomorrow again. Blasters is yes, Blasters is though not a friend. And if I spend the 4 gold on the Blasters there, I don't have money for a friend. Is it worth picking up a sad comfort? No, I don't think so. I if I had no shop left and it was the last shop, sure, but there was one more shop left, right? And yeah, I know that I picked like 5 region over the guaranteed friend there, or the small item shop, which should give me on average a friend. I know that I, you know, played the greedy line and I got like heavily punished so far, but only as long as, I'm not seeing another XP node. Oh, thank godness. 3 gold? I can't get more out of it. Nice. Never punished. I don't want to roll here. It's not that 4 crit is good, but it's that I'm really greedy. The rocket launcher with a 5 region is so easily winning this fight, so I didn't need to go shopping at a JJ. I could like boost my bank account up. There is not enough reasons to go for a JJ, and yeah, like on average, you will not have the items you're looking for. Oh man, this DJ robot guy showing up. How do we feel about the DJ robot showing up? I mean, he's like super strong early on, right? Like day 3-ish. He's like so carrying. On day 2, he's not carrying. We don't have enough friends, but on day 3, he might be absolutely nice and carrying for a day. The issue, like I said it earlier on stream, the issue with the DJ robot is now that you're running like more non-friend items, you're not like ditching the core, you're having like, you know, less friends in general, as well, like in most situations, right? Unless you're on companion core and blah blah blah. But in general, you're having like less friend items per se on the board. Plus, the bugs are like a lot weaker. So basically, you have like a double incentive to not run friends, and you have less friends. So while the DJ robot probably has like a small power spike on day 2, it's a huge investment, and then it's still a dead end. It's like a huge investment now because, like, that's like 8 gold spending and minus 4 gold early on. If you consider reselling it. Yeah. I feel the same. Like it might be like, for all I care, it may be the other items there. Like, if that has to be it. But I don't even feel like it has to be like that. Like, I feel like it's just the granola bar in the reroll. I'm just taking this. This makes me happier. The fact is, imagine you get lucky at day 3 and find another DJ robot. In hmm, I I don't feel like he's hitting hard. He's like the day where he's spiking. Oh no! At freaking frackety 4 HP, my opponent wins here. Freakity fraggity 4 HP. Of it. Sure. Like, I don't know what happens, but oh, I had the 4 extra damage, right? So I got punished. I got punished. I forgot that I had that item, to be fair. Um Oops. That's a big oops. That's a big oops. That's on me. That's on me. I take that one. Like that's a full blame on me there. There was no good reason to hold on to that. It was never a hold. It was always a use. Alrighty. Yeah, this is like nearly as good as rigged, right? Just like very barely worse. Hello, Foing. Welcome, welcome. Hackme just told me I just got a shop in shop atomic clock with the skill that reloads it from the Uzi. So it's like the I don't know what's it called, jury rigger skill or something. Something like if you use an item, you reload the item left to it, right? Um. So and then the person has like a Uzi and an atomic clock, and I had the same setup actually ready like 1 or 2 days ago. Um. Just to get like femored into ice clubbed, and the atomic clock didn't do a lot there, unfortunately. But yeah, it's a nifty situation. Do you think that gold skill is the best start now? Yeah, I think so. Unfortunately, I think so. And the reason why I think so is because it's about winning early. It's that's what you need. It was actually a turbo atomic clock, by the way, that I reloaded with an Uzi. Wasn't good enough. Funny world, isn't it? If I take this, I will never see a thrusters. I don't think I have the money for the rocket launcher. I do have the money though for the Uzi upgrade. Also, I don't like have like weapon scaling. Swap nitro and launcher. Oh yeah, yeah, definitely. My bad. Yeah. I see. For a second, I thought you wanted to reload battery the nitro, but yes, yes, yes. For absolutely sure. Want to buy the bomb squad, hold on to it, curate it, and make it to gold? Don't think I have the money at the moment. This old school Dooley build. Kinda, a little bit, yes. It's a very old school Dooley. Is Omega Ray still great on the ignition? I would great is like an absolute overstatement, but I would say it's reasonable, right? Like you're putting just anyway your core on the right and you're pumping your core. And if you take an Omega Ray and you stumble onto it and it fits your board, I do think it's good. I think it's fine. Um, but great is probably not true. Fiber optics are great. I don't have the money to roll for it. I do think hard shell helps me a lot more to get survivability in. And I don't have money, so we're taking a skill. Since my probably most beloved enchant is shield on the core, we might as well take that. By Bomb Squad. So Bomb Squad is getting like is one of the friends that is like getting the like biggest, or is I think the friend that gets the biggest cooldown reduction on leveling. So at Diamond it's a 4-second item that is like getting hasted from each friend on the side. And I think that has like a lot of upsides. So it's like a good drill enabler and a like decently fast, fully hasted burn item. So I think the bomb squad is good, but I don't think it's silver. It's gold and diamond where we, can start talking a little bit. And while I think it's good there, up like buying it basically for the future is only okay if I can justify it, and I couldn't justify it. And that was like a talk who's like an amazing shop, but I had only 5 gold, and we are definitely more on the like behind on the XP curve. So I had to take a risk there. What would you play with Bomb Squad? I mean, in the future, primarily in Aiden, and then X, and X can be maybe a high graded Mantis. Maybe it's just like an Aiden and a Bomb Squad. I think that's still like rather fine of a build, or like not build, but like a combination of 2 items on this board. We have a little bit of money. Let's see what skills we get offered. That's a that's a skill. Mm, somehow we are making the small items work, and well, chocolate is nice. Let's go for the small items. So if I take the crypto, mm, life becomes interesting, but I feel like it's more on the I want to roll interesting side of lines. I regret a little bit the crypto. Let's say the rocket launcher is out soon, which means I can now put out the um, battery, and then next day I put out the rocket launcher. And this crypto bites me, right? It was like a very good Andy, and the Aiden was a little bit expensive, but definitely worthwhile to invest. So I just like bite the bullet, sell these two, and take the soldering gun. Like I think that's the future play here. Like I know it's like probably not stronger, but also not like really weaker now. I think it's the future play. I mean, this is like definitely not stronger now, but sometimes you also have to consider like how the impacts are in the long run, right? Like I can't only play for the short run. I and it was like close, like 12 there. We are like dead, and he was just barely dead. We don't have the money to roll Aerodrome down, and XP is kind of helpful in this situation. I don't think we can Nitro here. So this looks funny, but we have to run like this if we want to beat the Radiant Corsair, but then we do beat the Radiant Corsair. After all, this is an Ignition Core that is Diamond in this position. We have like a little bit of extra shield coming out. So even if he crits, I don't think we are in trouble. If he double crits, we may be in trouble, but I don't even think he has the time to double crit. Yeah. Like he critted first, but even then he just did not even have the time to double crit. But I didn't want to make it close on the Nitro here. The Nitro could have griefed me. I don't think there are many medium items that I want here. So it's either boosting the economy or taking an extra burn. I think boosting the economy and getting some heal into me is pretty good here. Then we're looking for some small items. It's a decent upgrade. And I feel like we are rolling. Yep, we're buying this. It's just like one burn. That's fine. And gonna sell our medium items. We're pumping the core, putting in this on the board, the nitro on the board. And now, like 1 day later, I look like, I wouldn't say like a genius, but you see the like that was that came off wrong. But what I wanted to share is now you see the benefits of why it was like good to sell the battery and the rocket launcher. I think both of these items are falling off. The battery is a very situational item that is only good if you have like a really big trade-off item, because otherwise it's just like more of a dead item, and like on this board for example. And in comparison, the rocket launcher feels like super slow and clunky. So now my board is a lot better, and in hindsight, obviously, it was wrong to buy the crypto, but you can see how selling the stuff off to improve the board now like fully pays off. Fiber optics do have future potential for sure. I don't have enough money to go for Cav because he's expensive to reroll, as well as shield enchanted items are rather expensive, and I had 12 gold there. Are any of the bugs playable after the nerfs? I mean, sometimes situational wise, I would say yes. I would not try to play bugs on its own. Like sometimes a nice mantis on the board is doing something. Um, it's not like unheard of. But it's like a gold diamond mantis that I use to have a few more drill procs to haste a little bit the board. Sure, but not really. I do think like poison is just an average outcome for the core, so I prefer the artist here over poison. I think poison itself, like poison as something, is too slow, and therefore I preferred would have preferred like shield and heal, obviously, but it was the anyway an illusion of choice. It was poison and poison after all, so well, there's that, huh? fiber playable after Metro. So here's the way I think about it. I do think a diamond fiber is kind of always playable because it charges not once but twice. So you get like a small item that charges twice your core, and that's like super nice. So I would say like your your diamond fiber optics are good. For gold fiber optics, I either need a very high trade-off item or a very fast item that justifies running the fiber optics as a passive item. And here I feel like I don't have neither a fast drill, like it's a fast drill, but it's not a fast enough drill, nor is it a diamond fiber optics, nor do I have anything else but the core. It's not like I'm charging my diamond coolant here or my, I don't know, for all I care, like Eye of a District. You're leaning towards yes. I do think the ignition core is always the best enchanted item target on your board, like if you run it, because it's the scaling item and it's heavily profiting from enchants, especially those who are scaling 10 times the burn amount, but even the normal like double burn, shiny, whatever are extremely good. I think chocolate is falling off. I'm like rich enough to justify looking here. Maybe for a drill and an Uzi. I think the 2 gold are worthwhile invested. I do have the nitro. I positioned the nitro there purposefully. So we're charging the nitro to crazier haste out. And we're like hasting our coolant permanently, which means like the the burn is like getting cleansed significantly enough, I think. So as long as we're not facing like very high health or turtling opponents, I think this is definitely correct. Can I share a build here? Sure. Don't worry, Shemster, feel free. The core cannot be upgraded anymore. The only way to upgrade the core with one extra CDR is if I had like a diamond scrap metal, and I don't think I saw there a diamond scrap metal available to me. And it's already diamond, so there's also no further upgrade. That is a cool build, Shamster. I'm looking on it for a while. I will let it sink in. I think we're upping just the bank account here for a while. Are we beating this guy? Yeah, we do. So, there is also a nice skill bar. Yeah, solid, solid. It was a roller coaster, and in the end, you prevailed, so very happy. Pretty sure my core like got like really, really hardly frozen here early, right? Like I didn't watch it, but if I had to guess, the reason I lost this is because the core was like, no, was not interesting. We're starting to slow. Is it that? I mean, the nitro is the start, right? And when the nitro gets frozen, we're like super slow on the start. Okay, sorry for the rewatch. The nitro freeze. Yeah, I mean, had like sort of the same-ish impact, but didn't expect that. I mean, maybe I was overambitious there. Fair enough. That's probably also on me. I take responsibility. And I would like a fight, but I do have a defense like a relax ready here, so I don't want to buy these. I bought the Metro in case I want to change setups, but changing setups would be something in the lines of I find chatter and then I want to fiber optics instead the coolant and play maybe something different. Is ignition core the default for drill build? Yeah, I think like ignition core is just a default because it's the strongest, fastest scaling core. Alrighty, like server downtime in just a bit, right? So we have 7 minutes to finish this run. I do like finishing runs in case they just randomly decide though to hotfix stuff. And then, like, I don't know, let's say ignition core gets for some reason a nerf treatment, then I break my run. Let's say the ignition core is just like not self-charging itself anymore because they feel like ignition core is too powerful. I'm not jokingly, I think that is like actually something that is not fully unreasonable thinking about. Hello, Christian. But do you like the state of the game? No, no. I'm very unhappy since the last patch. Hmm. Where we go with this? Hmm. So the reason is we could get the pendulum upgraded to 2 seconds, right? And then that is like something that is interesting. Is that much better? I mean, I've been ranting like about like the state of the game today quite a bit, so I don't want to continue too much about that anymore, Christian. But yeah, I'm like really unhappy about the state like since the last patch, and I'm not the only one. Like I know, and I think it's fair to say, like to share. Sixteen is, for example, feeling exactly the same surprise, and some others are at least also having a tendency in that direction. So I don't know about this. I feel like we're not strong enough to go like this. I mean, I feel like the other build feels stronger, even with like a diamond pendulum. It's more like we're upping the fiber optics, maybe putting the fiber optics on the coolant. I think the pendulum is baiting me here. Yeah, the pendulum is just not fitting on the board. And we are full hasted anyway, right? Like, in case we're not getting like screwed over and slowed, we are not being like, we're not in trouble. We're having like 2 seconds and then 2 seconds haste and then we're looping. Alrighty. Let's hope this is good enough to get over the line here for the last fight. I don't think that is a skill I'm interested in picking up. Let's go for diamond skills. We're not slowing that I know of. Nope. The 2 crit on the core is definitely better than a right hand here. Well, Dooley is not happy about what we're doing. We're freezing and going hard. Why not Bjorn for Shatter? It's a good question, sir. Probably I don't have a good enough excuse, so I should have looked there, right? Like, yeah, you're correct. Fortunately, it did not matter. We got our 10-win run to end on just in time, right? Server downtime is in a few minutes, technically. Yeah, it's planned for in 2 minutes. How's fiber optic working? So whenever this one triggers, I charge this item, which it means when you use your leftmost item, the drill, charge the rightmost item. So basically, and the drill is a really fast item, so we're like really fast whenever the drill procs, charge the item to the right. And that is, in this case, the coolant. And yeah, how long is the downtime? So the official announcement is 3 hours. The last few times they were rather like pessimistic on the estimations, and it was often a lot faster up. But since they got once like backlash for being a little bit longer on the downtime, so yeah. Also, there is no patch planned. Like, patching is bi-weekly, every 2 weeks, and there is no patch plan. So I, at least personally, do not expect any changes. Like, I don't know anything. Like, it may as well be something, may as well not be. But my estimation is there will be no patches. At least that is what I feel is gonna happen. Wait, did I get like a extra chest, sort of? Like, my gem count went up a little bit higher than it should be. Like, did I get like magically 1,000 gems out of a chest at some point? Maybe. Like, feels like I'm 1,000 gems ahead here than normally I expected for just intuition playing the game. Alrighty. I will see if Rarish is streaming, and if Rarish is streaming, we can host him. He's like, yeah, he is probably playing this puzzle game with the names, and I might stream later, I might not stream later, no promises. And yeah, I wish you a great evening or great day wherever you are, and hope you're doing well. And I will slowly start the raid and look a last time for the chat. Which heroes you should unlock? I mean, they're all kind of similar at the moment. So there is, I don't know, whatever you feel like, basically. Not a straightforward answer I have at the moment. The chests you can look up in the metrics. It's like point two point zero four or something percent. It's like super low. Alrighty, no problem, Sixten. Have a great one and farewell. See you tomorrow or whenever.